What's up, guys? Welcome back. This is Corey Reed River Goods. I got a good one today. If you're a sports fan, you probably know about Allen Iverson's We Talking About Practice. So this got me thinking. Many pictures I have sent out to folks, mostly in regards to me working on shoes and being in the shoe crafting. I've been probably about a year and a half now. Been really trying to get into it, trying to learn more, trying to do more. I'm the quickest one to send the most doctored up, beautiful picture. If the stitch line's wrong, I'm positioning things just how I want to do it, just so it looks perfect and no one else can know. I am a worst critic, but you saw at the beginning, that was kind of a screen roll of all of some things I was pretty proud of. What I wanted to do today was show you that ain't always how it's going to look. So you got to practice. So we talking about practice. So I wanted to post some of my, I'm going to call them epic fails. Some of these are absolutely terrible. I am very proud of what I've learned and what I've become in the shoemaking. But I wanted to start. I have 4 here that never made it to be on my feet, to be worn. And I'm going to start with this one here. Reason I selected this, I thought this was going to be hot just because of the leather that I chose. I chose a Halloween leather, which I probably shouldn't have started with something that's $20 a square foot for my, one of my first or second pair of shoes that I ever tried to make. But this one never even made to the sole. I don't know if you can see the heel on the back of this thing. So there's no kind of, I got nothing in there. I got no kind of toe puff. Look how this thing is sideways as it can come. It has this little slant to it here. The tongue is pretty raw. But again, this was early on. Not too bad. You can sneak away with it a little bit if nobody's looking. This one, so I started getting a little confident, right? So I was like, I'm going to get a pattern and I'm going to make me some Jordans. And you probably saw a few of them on there that look pretty good. Look at the toe on this joint right here. You may not tell, but this thing is brutal. Anyway, I thought this thing was going to be hot. But about halfway through, I got to about this point and I was just aborted mission. These things were trash. I even got my little Reedy River stamp on the back there. I thought this was it. I thought my shoemaking career was on its way. Man, I wish you could see these things up close. I don't even know what they look like. But anyway, brutal. Again, I thought I was going to be so creative. Look, these things going to be fresh. I'm using some vegetable tan leather. I mean, do you hear them? Your shoes shouldn't have a sound to them like that. But also, I was worried about putting it in the sole. And I thinned it down a little too much. So I started pulling on it and it was a wrap. It's also a little bit too rigid. This thing ain't got a toe puff either. But this one, I thought I was going to be pretty fresh and get it going. And this one, actually, I shouldn't be too disappointed in. This was the first one I ever even tried, and I just sat up there and just tried to figure it out. I had a shoe last, and I had an idea, and I said I was going to do it. And so, here it is, man. I don't even know what that looks like. It looks like an old bus seat that I tried to make something out of. You see the inside. I didn't even try to put any kind of lining, anything in it. The tongue's just bare. There's no kind of toe puff, no kind of structure in the back. I actually put these on a sole and had them stitched in and everything. You can see the stitch lines here. I went through with these things and I put it on, and when I walked, this whole front was just like a wet napkin. Just but anyway, this is somewhat humbling but also somewhat encouraging, because this is what I was working with to start, and this can make anybody quit. You pulling out stuff like this and you putting all this time in it, and then all of a sudden you tear up the side of it, or you go to put a sole on it and you realize the heel is crooked as all get out. But again, I'm my worst critic. I'm at the point now, I'm about a year and a half into shoemaking and shoe craft, and I was sitting there tonight and I said, I don't even know if I want to put this sole on, spend the time putting this sole on. That's pretty fly right there for making that in your attic. But anyway, come a long way. I just want to be, we're keeping it 100 in here. We're just keeping it 100 and showing you where it all started. So here I am here. That picture of that Nike Dunk you saw in that first one, that's the last one I made. So I think I've come quite a long ways from there and looking to keep it on moving. So hopefully you enjoyed that. I appreciate you stopping by.